Thomas, where'd you get all those beads?
You know, it's funny. I actually got him just flashing this hairy chest all over town.
Don't you mean hairy nibbles?
No. Welcome back, everybody, to the Gin and Thomas podcast. I am your host, Thomas. And, this week we here in St. Louis, tomorrow, a time of release, tomorrow we have a bit of a special holiday. It's Mardi Gras, the second largest Mardi Gras celebration in the country, second to New Orleans, I believe. And as someone that's new to St. Louis, I don't really know much about it. So I actually found a local who has been once or twice, I don't know how many times, but I put out all the Craigslist ads. It was in the Men for Men section, man seeking man, need local party boy that knows how to, I got a lot of interest, and I don't think we were looking for the same thing, but I was able to find the diamond in the rough. Brandon Churchill, St. Louis, I don't want to say local, but lives in St. Louis. Brandon, how are you?
What's up, Thomas?
So anyway, Brandon, Mardi Gras. And we're just doing a little bit of like a special edition episode for this.
Special edition.
Which I also want to be the first to apologize for our Super Bowl episode coming out almost a week late, because when I was looking at the calendar, I fucked that up.
No, it's fine.
It's fine. But so anyway, we're not doing a full in-depth episode. So today we're just going to kind of talk about St. Louis Mardi Gras, if that's cool with you.
Hell yeah.
All right. And so, and I know what you're thinking, Thomas, Mardi Gras.
Hurricanes, right?
That's what you would think, but no, it's a little bit too complicated for me to whip up on a moment's notice.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I had my first hurricane yesterday.
And?
Not impressed.
Yeah, not a ton of people like them.
Had my second one today. I'm pretty impressed.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind.
I won't say impressed.
Yeah.
And this one tastes like Kool-Aid.
Oh, yeah. Well, I've never been the biggest fan. And then most, not St. Louis, most like New Orleans or Mardi Gras drinks, they are either like kind of a little too complicated to make just for something like this that we're doing. And they have too much history. So for those drinks, they don't even all have to be Mardi Gras episodes, but like those drinks deserve like a full episode where I can really go into the full backstory.
You almost need to be there.
And which I'm hoping you can tell me more about being there.
Oh, I'll tell you.
But so today we are drinking a gin fizz.
Okay. What is...
A gin fizz, so it's gin, lemon juice, egg whites, simple syrup, and shake all that up together, and you top it with some soda water.
Did you say egg whites?
Yeah, egg whites.
Cooked?
No.
Raw?
Yeah. No, let's put cooked egg whites in a shaker bottle.
Is that safe?
No, there's alcohol in it.
Oh, true.
That's what they use in hospitals, right? They just pour gin on everything.
I brush my teeth every day.
Yeah.
Alcohol.
So let's give this a sip.
Here's to you, buddy.
Not the loudest clink, but
they are glass.
To me, it's like a gin lemonade. Not super strong. I could probably drink too many of these.
I don't taste alcohol at all. I don't taste the egg white at all either.
I can smell the egg white more than I can taste it.
I think the egg white is for the froth.
Oh, yeah. It's like a whiskey sour. You do it for the foggy and the froth.
Yeah, right.
Yikes. Danielle was a little unsure about that. Her first face was like, oh, no, thank you. But then she's like, nah.
I don't know how to put that.
Yeah, and don't worry, I think this is a very blank slate drink, and I think there's a lot of ways we could go with this. So we could very easily do a revisited, which I've said that like 2 or 3 episodes in a row now. But there's a lot of variations on this. I think we could.
I think you could maybe put some like rosemary in there or something.
Well, I originally wanted to do a rosemary gin fizz, so like a rosemary simple syrup, but this was a bit of a cobbled together day.
The more I drink it, the more I like it. Mm-hmm. Refreshing. Good, like,
this would be great in the summer.
Day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so another reason we went with this drink is the
protein in the egg white.
Yeah. I went cycling today, so I need the protein. But the history on Wikipedia is like 2 sentences. So we don't have to spend too much time on the history here. So it says, the first printed reference to fizz is in the appendix to the 1876 edition of Jerry Thomas's Bartender's Guide, which contains 4 such recipes. The fizz became widely popular in America between 1900 and the 1940s, known as a hometown specialty of New Orleans, where people often celebrate Mardi Gras. The gin fizz was so popular that bars would employ teams of bartenders that would take turns shaking the drinks. Demand for fizzes went international at least as early as 1950. And it was referenced in a French cookbook in 1950, so that's when people think it kind of went international here.
I'm sorry, what was the name of this guy?
Jerry Thomas? Not
Like-
Sailor Jerry.
Tom and Jerry?
Oh my God. Oh my God, he's half cat, half mouse.
It's a cat mouse.
Oh.
It's a
I
cat
might have to get a hold of his book. This would be really interesting. He is considered the father of American mixology.
Interesting.
We could do a whole episode talking about this guy too.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. So this originated in New Orleans, which is a good simple. I wouldn't say simple because there's a lot of ingredients to it, but a good easier drink to make for Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
Honestly, the hurricanes are too sugary.
Yeah.
I could have 18 of these.
I could too, especially if we made a bit more of like a savory simple syrup, like a rosemary simple syrup or like a lavender simple
Right.
syrup. I
Yeah.
think that would make these.
Bring out some herb flavors and things.
I would do that, and then like a pinch of salt. I like adding a pinch of salt to my cocktails, but so on Wikipedia, the regular recipe is like gin, lemon juice, simple syrup, and soda water.
Okay.
But if you Google gin fizz recipe, it all says egg whites. But here it says there's a few variations on a gin fizz, and so a silver fizz is with the addition of egg whites. So I guess this is technically a silver fizz.
And we did use the gin from a previous episode.
Yeah, our first episode, Citadel Gin.
Yeah, so it's got that aromatic.
Yeah, it has a
kinda,
lot of.
you know,
It's a very floral gin.
yeah.
And so
Which I think sits in this very well.
I agree, especially like the floral and like botanicals pairs really well with the lemon. I think this gin goes better with lemon than lime. I think.
100%.
But so if you wanted to make it a golden fizz, you would add
Piss in
egg
it.
yolk.
Oh, okay.
And so it's like one or the other. A royal fizz is just a whole egg.
Oh, Jesus.
And then a diamond fizz is
no, it's a Royale.
Royale fizz. A quarter pound, what do they call it?
Quarter pound
Battle
cheese.
Royale with cheese.
So Royale with cheese.
Royale with cheese. Diamond fizz is sparkling wine instead of carbonated water, more commonly known as the French 75.
Whoa.
And a green fizz is a dash of green creme de menthe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then there's a Ramos gin fizz, which has a like heavy cream in it. A Slough gin fizz, which uses Slough gin. And then here are some less common gin fizzes. Are you ready?
Hit me.
All right. The Japanese gin fizz, where you do a shot of lychee liqueur. Meyer lemon fizz, which uses the sweeter Meyer lemon instead of normal lemon, and you add orange juice. The New Orleans fizz, not fizz, F-I-S-S, 75% dry gin, 25% creme yvette,
Sounds
1
good.
egg white, 1/2 teaspoon of powdered sugar, 1 teaspoon of cream, juice of 1/2 of an orange, lime, and lemon.
Dude, New Orleans
Sour.
is always so extra.
I know, dude. That's why it was hard to get this episode together, dude. Like, I wanted to do a Sazerac, but that's like the first cocktail in America ever, so that needs its own thing.
Oh, my God.
There's all kinds of stuff. All right, and then there's a sour melon fizz, which is gin, lime juice, Midori, and ginger ale. And a strawberry gin fizz, which is gin, Saint Germain liqueur, strawberries, club soda, mint. Yeah. And then there's a lot of non-gin fizzes. Chicago fizz, which is rum, port wine, lemon juice, sugar. Manhattan cooler, which uses whiskey.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
A mimosa is technically a type of fizz.
Oh, yeah, I get that.
Morning Glory fizz, whiskey, absinthe, lemon juice, egg whites, sugar, and soda
Oh,
water.
you'll be floating, dog.
Oh, and a mojito is also a kind of fizz. It's interesting. But yeah, so that's the quick little history of gin fizzes.
Right. One thing I want to say is that I don't think a lot of people know that Mardi Gras really is actually like a month-long celebration.
See, I did not know that.
Uh,
See, but I've never even done a Mardi Gras thing.
right. Well, I didn't until I moved down here. It can be traced back to the medieval Europe, the 17th and 18th centuries.
I've never been to Europe.
Me neither. This may not be the best website for this.
No, it's okay.
I'm literally reading a goddamn book. I was looking for like the quick shit. Oh, here we go. Wikipedia, our good trusty friend. So Mardi Gras refers to events of the carnival celebration beginning on or after the Christian feasts of Epiphany, Three Kings Day, if you will.
And that's why
the day before Ash Wednesday.
Well, I was gonna say, and then there's like that Three Kings cake, which is like purple, green, and yellow. That's where the Three Kings come from, I assume.
Mardi Gras is French for Fat Tuesday.
I knew that because it's people getting fattened up before
Lent. Yeah,
they're getting fat before Ash Wednesday.
Yeah, letting all your demons up before you go into Lent, where you're supposed to fast and refrain from whatever you choose to refrain from that Lent.
I have a friend for every Lent he gives up meat and alcohol.
Really?
Yeah, and then he just like loses all this weight because he's like eating healthy every day.
Yeah.
And then
it's not drinking.
Yeah, and then like eating salads and all that stuff. And then for the rest of the year, he just packs all of that weight back on. And then by Lent, like it's just a cycle.
Just 40 days of detox.
Yeah. And then he looks great. And then like just after the thing, you just see him slowly build back up.
That's funny.
And you see it too. You see when his gut gets out there, you're like, oh, it's almost time for Lent.
He's like a reverse transition.
Yeah.
Story.
He has to drill new holes in his belt.
That's so funny. No. So the St. Louis one, being the second biggest in the country, is pretty cool. I mean, particularly Soulard, where close to where I live.
Yeah.
It's pretty neat because we can walk down there from here.
That's nice.
And take part in the festivities.
Well, and fun fact about Soulard. As someone that hasn't gone to the celebration in Soulard, I obviously am an expert, but Soulard, I guess, is like French for like drunk man or drunkard.
Can confirm.
Yeah, and that is, I guess, like, one of the reasons why that's like the party area is they named it Soulard because of all these drunkies walking about. But what I thought was interesting is, I guess, just in the history of St. Louis, like it's kind of the same groups of Frenchies that settled in New Orleans also settled in St. Louis. So that's kind of why we're the second biggest here.
Right.
Is just because it was the same groups of people wanting to celebrate the same holidays.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know. Like, I mean, so you've gone to Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
Here. I have not. What's it like?
Well, we go down to a friend of ours that actually lives in the neighborhood. The night before, we take all of our drinks in the coolers over because after, I forget what time in the morning, they don't let you take coolers into that neighborhood. So we go the night before, take our cooler in. The morning, we go in and do kegs and eggs at their apartment. For those of you who don't know, kegs and eggs means they get a keg of beer and they make eggs and you eat and you drink to start the day.
I don't know if that's what I would want for breakfast.
It's what you want for breakfast.
I know. Well, I'm more of a Bloody Mary guy for breakfast.
Or a tequila sunrise.
No, thank you.
Okay.
At least not the ones I made.
Arizona tequila sunrise?
Yeah.
Well, maybe we could try my new tequila sunrise that I came up with.
We'll call it a Soulard Sunrise.
Oh. Ooh, I like that.
That would be fun. That would be really good. Because there's going to be a point on this show where we're just making our own cocktails.
You know the deal,
and
brother.
We could be doing all of our own spins and naming them stuff. Stay tuned for the Gin and Thomas cocktail book.
Ooh. Tease that real soon.
Yeah. Pre-orders will be live
next year.
Yeah.
Looking for publishers now.
Yeah, we'll start scheduling our book tour, everybody.
Brandon's rum and Dr. Pepper. Half and half of each. Don't be a bitch.
Put in an extra splash of rum when you give it to your friend and wait for their reaction.
If you're jazzing it up, throw in a little bit of lime.
Yeah. When we do our book tour, we'll crash Ticketmaster like Taylor Swift. That's how many people will have dying to see us.
Oh, I know that's how this is going to go.
Right. So anyway, so we're getting our kegs and eggs.
Yeah, we start with kegs and eggs. Then we fill our pockets full of beers, because you can do that here, and walk to the parade route, where we continue to drink on the way and drink there, watch the parade, catch some beads, hang out, then walk into the crowd and drink some more.
I was going to say walk into the crowd and never come back.
Drink some more, hang out, and that's the day. I mean, you go check out different bars if you want. I think we just stayed in the streets most of the time. Go back to the apartments and play games, drink some more. We're going to try to kill that keg this year.
Hey, you don't get a keg to not kill it. You know what I mean? So right here, I Googled Mardi Gras St. Louis history, and it's on an NBC website, the local NBC. And so I guess that there was a guy that settled here in St. Louis, and his name was like Antoine Soulard. Like his last name was Soulard, I guess.
His last name was Drunk Man?
Yeah, I guess so.
Hell yeah, dude.
And so, and then I've seen this in Soulard, but like there's a lot more, like there's a lot of like French influence, French architecture.
Oh, hell yeah. You got the Fleur.
Yeah. And so, I guess like people at the time took it a little more seriously, because it says here, hundreds of years later, Soulard still has that French flair, but now with a little more laissez bon temps brûlé. I don't speak French, but it translates creme brulee. But the translation says, "Let the good times roll," and that is definitely the Soulard vibe. We went to that place. Where did we go for breakfast? Pieces. Is that in Soulard?
Yeah, technically, yeah.
That's a really cool spot. I really like that. But no, Soulard is like always a fun time. I always get a little excited when we get to go. You tell me if this is true. How many have you been to? How many of these Mardi Gras have you been to?
One.
Danielle, how many have you been to? All right, so Danielle says 3. So here's a quote, and I want you to confirm or deny for me, Danielle. It says, "I've seen its ups and downs. I've seen the rain. I've seen the snow. If the sun is shining, people will come out no matter what."
I agree with that.
Yeah. And so, and what is, and it's just all of these people for the whole day storming the streets of Soulard, drinking, having a great time.
Hell yeah, brother.
I heard Shaq was there DJing a few years ago.
Well, last year, wasn't it? I think it was last year.
I don't remember. Like I said, I wasn't there.
I think it was last year. He was DJing. Yep.
Yeah. What is Shaq not doing?
He does a lot.
Yeah, he does a lot. I love him on Inside the NBA.
I'm not a big NBA guy, you know that.
Yeah, but he's funny on that show.
More of a fan of his DJ.
Oh my God! Speaking of the NBA, can you believe the Phoenix Suns traded my favorite player?
Yeah, but they got KD.
Yeah, but I miss McHale. I think he's going to come back, though. I think they're going to find a way to bring him back either next year at the end of his contract.
I hope so. You got his jersey.
Yeah, I bought his jersey. And
It's
they
that
just
nice
traded him
one,
away.
too.
It is the nice one. It's the one I'm too scared to wear.
It's a beautiful jersey.
But I think the NBA gives you like a discount if like one of your players gets traded. Like if you buy the jersey and they get traded that season, I think you can like do something to get like a coupon code.
Well, do that even if they do bring him back. So like do that now.
No, well, yeah, no, I have to do it now. If I wait too long, I don't get the whatever. But I mean, I already have a Booker jersey. I don't even know who I would get. I don't know if I want KD though.
Can you believe that like Michael Jordan jerseys are still super expensive?
Yeah, because they know you're gonna buy it.
Joke's on them. I didn't buy it
because it was so expensive.
Yeah.
Oh, are you gonna see that movie about Nike?
There's a movie?
Yeah, I think it's coming out on Amazon, but it's about how...
What's it called? Nike?
It's called Air.
Oh.
But it's about how when they signed Michael Jordan, because they signed him before he was even in the league, they just like...
Yeah, signed him when he was in North Carolina, didn't they?
Yeah, or like he was drafted. It was like in between when he was drafted,
right.
And they just took like a fucking punt on this guy. They were just like, let's hope it works.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Yeah, so they didn't. I mean, everyone knew he was good in college, but no one knew that he was going to be what
Michael
he was.
Jordan? Yeah.
Because at the time, Converse was the brand.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Converse was like the basketball shoe until Jordan. Because
hence why he has his own segment.
Yeah, and I don't remember when Jordans came out specifically, but I think they made like Nike Airs for Jordan.
Yeah.
Like
For
they
sure.
made that for the shoe. But there's like some interview where he said when he first started wearing Nikes, he said like it was like playing in socks. Like he said he hated it because they were like not a great basketball shoe. That was their weakest like thing at the time.
I'm sure he put in his input and like built that up the way he wanted it. Well, you know what's fucking nuts?
What?
My dad has a pair of Jordans from the 90s.
I don't.
I believe they came back out with those actual shoes. They're
a throwback?
I think they came back out with them, but he's got the ones like the originals.
From the 90s, yeah.
They're black and red, and in the black there's like
classic.
There's like a reflective material.
Ooh.
So like if the light shines on it, they light up. It's insane.
Damn.
They're sexy.
Fucking Brandon Churchill Sr., the sneakerhead.
I bet if I ask, I could have them. I used to work out in them. Can you believe that? I used to be in the basement of my parents' house doing squats in 93 Jordans.
Brandon.
Dude.
Just fucking devaluing them with every drop of sweat. Maybe
how fucking cool am I?
I was going to say, or is that the most baller thing ever? Like, these
Balling
shoes are
out of control, brother.
These shoes are worth more than my house, and I'm fucking wearing them in, boy.
You know the deal.
Damn. Being a sneakerhead is too expensive of a hobby.
Yeah.
You know, that's the only reason I'm not like a great basketball player is because they're all sneakerheads, and I didn't want to be a sneakerhead, and they're like, well, you don't have what it takes to play basketball. You know, that didn't make sense. I'm sorry. I thought there was something there. I don't know.
You're saying the reason you're not good at basketball is because you don't like sneakers?
No, I'm not good at basketball because no one ever taught me how to shoot.
Oh. Shoot, better.
I know. You know what, dude? I'm gonna get good at making threes, bro. And then when I go down to the YMCA, people are gonna be like, "Hey, you want to play a game of hoop?"
And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm too good."
I'll be like, "I have my one shot, but I always make it."
Half court.
Dude, oh my god! When we were at Armory and I made my shot from the logo to win the game, which by the way, Armory in St. Louis has like big beer pong, and it is so much fun.
Giant beer pong.
Except the ceilings are too low, so you can't like shoot it like a basketball.
Shit,
you have to like lob it.
Yeah, or sidearm.
Yeah.
So ridiculous.
Very difficult.
They need to put that downstairs.
Yeah.
Move the regular beer pong upstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. Put all the giant shit where there's room to do giant shit.
Yeah. No, Tinez was scraping his head on the ceiling upstairs.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh man, that place is cool, but they've got some crime problems right now.
Yeah.
Need to get that figured out.
When we were there, all four windows of his car got busted up.
Yeah, in the middle of the parking lot. And that parking lot is not dark. It's lit up like a Christmas tree.
And it's not even like a secluded place. It's very like out in the open. People can see what's going on.
Middle of the city.
I don't know. It is St. Louis. Consistently in the top 5 most dangerous cities, but people love it here.
There's some sort of like juvenile gang shit going on right now.
Oh, you mean my gang?
The juvenile gangs?
Yeah, the Tommy guns, the St. Louis Tommy guns.
Yeah. No, if that's true, I'm putting you in jail right now.
No, if that was true, like my gang would be so much better. We'd be more of a mafia than a gang. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you wouldn't be breaking windows. You'd be scamming pool halls.
Yeah, I'd have my group of teamsters.
Gambling machines.
Yeah. I don't know what else do mobsters do. My business card would say furniture mover on it, like Al Capone, and then I would die of syphilis, and then I'd get taken down from tax evasion.
Right.
I'd just be the new Al Capone. I think. I think I have that vibe. Wouldn't you agree?
No.
I mean, hey, there's an Italian neighborhood here. I could get a mob.
Well, who started Vegas?
The mob. I don't know which one. I don't know.
There's a guy.
I don't know.
Well, you'd be that guy.
Oh yeah, but the Vegas isn't like mobbed up anymore. At least not in the same way.
No. But back then, like the mob started Vegas.
Is there a mob in St. Louis? I know there's the Kansas City mob. And they have the Teamsters.
I don't think so. I think there's just gangs.
Hey, there is now with me in town. Actually, hold on. For legal purposes, this is a joke.
Yeah, right.
And don't send like a mob squad after me, please.
What are we gonna call the fans?
I don't know. I was actually thinking about that the other day.
The Gins?
The gins?
Ginites?
The ands? They can be the and to the gin Thomas.
The
I don't know.
The Tommy Boys?
I don't know. Ooh, the Tommy Boys would be good. But it's more than just me. The show isn't about me. And here's the thing. It might be in the name. And I say this podcast is, we're drinking, we're sharing cocktails. But I think this podcast is more of it's a journey of friendship. It's the people you share your drinks with, and it's what you learn about the people you're with when you share a drink. So it's not about me. So I don't want us to be the Thomases.
What do you call somebody who's like really into drinks?
An aficionado?
But that's too wordy. And not an alcoholic.
All right, hold on. Let's see here.
Not a connoisseur, not an aficionado, but I like those words. Something along those lines.
Drink
monkey.
Appreciate. Yeah, we'll just call them all drink monkeys.
Drink monkeys. And it would be coming up to us in the streets. We're drink monkeys. I was like, hell yeah, give me a drink, bitch.
Yeah.
You're my drink monkey.
You're over here saying drink monkey, but I don't see any... All right, you know what? Here's what we're going to do. Aficionado.
Synonyms.
Connoisseur, expert, authority, specialist, pundit. Savant. Buff. Nut.
Buff.
Oh, yeah, like a drink nut. I don't know. I think it'll come to us. I don't want to put too much pressure on it right now. I want us to... when it comes to us, I want us to know. I don't want us to push something out right now if we're not sold.
Submit your ideas.
Yeah. So, Mom, DM the Instagram.
Comment below.
Tweet at me. I go on Twitter every once in a while. But, speaking of tweeting, Brendan. Oh, actually, you know what? I want to close out with one last thing.
Sure.
We kind of got off here. But, so, St. Louis Mardi Gras. I just want to say that I'm very excited. I think it'll be a good time. And we're recording a little bit ahead of time. So, we'll talk about what we got up to, but it's going to be coming out like in the week after.
Yeah, we'll talk about our experience.
So, but anyway, like I said, this isn't supposed to be a full episode. This is just kind of a checking in. I mean, in a way, it's a third drink. I mean, drinking a lot today, though. It's one of those dawn till dusk type of days.
You know the deal.
But anyway, Brandon, let's say you go missing in the crowd at Soulard.
Yeah.
And we just never see you again, but we want to be like, I just miss Brandon. I want to see more of him now that he's gone. Where could I find more Brandon content?
Yeah, on Instagram at Brandon_Churchill_95. And then Twitter, Brandon Churchill without the U in Churchill. And then at Brandon Churchill on YouTube. Definitely go check out the YouTube, comment, like, subscribe.
All right. And then as for me, you know what it is. It's Capt Cool Kid on Instagram. That is CAPT Cool Kid, and Bad Boy of Botany. I don't really post much on either of those, but I do post at least once a week on the podcast Instagram. That is Jen and Thomas Podcast. But if you want to find us on Twitter and YouTube, that is Jen and Thomas Pod. I don't really tweet a whole lot, and then on the YouTube, it's mostly just the episodes. And I've said this like the last 3 episodes in a row, but there will be clips as soon as I settle down and do it.
Yeah, we'll
if someone wants to do it for free, go for it, buddy.
Yeah.
But then, what was I about to say?
Love you, buddy.
I love you too. All right. Drink responsibly. Don't drink and drive. Don't drink and con a boat. It is. What's this fucking holiday called? Mardi Gras.
Jesus Christ.
It is Mardi Gras. It's a lot of fun to collect beads, but
you have to show your titties.
You're gonna have to show your titties. So maybe
shave your nipples.
But make sure you're flashing people that are not creepy. Like do you remember that Ezekiel Elliott thing? He was at a Mardi Gras and he was just pulling down women's shirts.
Oh.
Yeah, don't hang out with people like that.
Don't do that.
Just
don't hang out with those people and don't do that.
If you're going to be flashing, don't be around people that are going to just pull your shirt. I guess just avoid those people all the time, not just a Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
But then if you are getting flashed, don't be a perv. Just take it in. Just be happy you're seeing
Enjoy
some
the view
titties.
and move on.
Have some beads.
Yeah, have some beads.
Because you wanna show your appreciation.
Right.
Shave your nipples, unless you're like me and have a hairy chest as a whole, and it's like fine. All right, everybody. And like I said, this is just a little quick one, just saying hello, and we will see you at Mardi Gras. We'll see you in
there.
Soulard.